My name is H.J. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. What do we have here? President Trump is warning everyone regarding the Inspector General report. What is taking so long with the Inspector General report on crooked Hillary and slippery James Comey? Numerous delays. Hope report is not being changed and made weaker. There are so many horrible things to tell. The public has the right to know. Transparency. So I'm going to get to that in a second. Really, really interesting. I clicked on the link to the Senate Judiciary link regarding, examining the Inspector General's first report on Justice Department and FBI actions in advance of the 2016 presidential election. So it's supposed to be on June 11th. From everything we know now, it's still going to be on June 11th. And I put that link. This is the link that I put. Okay, good. All right, so good. There was a link on Twitter that when you click on it, it says, website or location, wrong location or error message. So actually, I put the right link, and for some reason on Twitter today, someone sent me a link, and it was the link for the Inspector General report, and it wasn't working, so that would have raised, obviously, some concern. But I'll put the link below, again, in the description section. Examining the Inspector General's first report on Justice Department and FBI actions in advance of the 2016 presidential election, Monday, June 11th, 2018. Time 2 p.m. Eastern, so 11 a.m. Pacific. Presiding Chairman Grassley, status rescheduled, and of course it was rescheduled from May 31st to June 11th. So June 11th it's on, but why is President Trump going ahead and retweeting this? Well, why is President Trump going ahead and tweeting this? Well, here's the issue. The issue is that he fears that the inspector, Michael Horowitz or Sessions, because he went after Sessions today again. Where is this? He went after Sessions. The Russian witch hunt hoax continues, all because Jeff Sessions didn't tell me he was going to recuse himself. I would have quickly picked someone else. So much time and money wasted, so many lives ruined, and Sessions knew better than most that there was no collusion. So like I always say, how do I explain this? It's either a theatrical routine where President Trump and Sessions are in on this grandiose charade where they're saying, hey, we hate each other. Why did you do this? Why did I even pick you? Oh, I don't know, Mr. President. So I'll do that much later on. Oh my God. I know how it bothers people, especially people on the left, I should say, who still follow me. I love you. You don't have to stop following me on Twitter or YouTube just because I'm enjoying the Second Amendment. So really quickly, I have a Second Amendment channel, Glock 17, Generation 3 Glock 17, best grouping yet thus far. I've been taking the advice of experts who watch my channel, who have been giving me tips. Best grouping yet. That is actually the segment below. So go ahead and check that out. And by the way, also Bearing Arms and Guns.com, a bunch of other Second Amendment sites have written about me. And like I said, the Daily Caller, why I joined the NRA after writing gun control articles. So I, once wrote gun control articles. Now I joined the NRA. And the Gun Owners of America, both of which retweeted that article in the Daily Caller. Anyway, really quickly, so go ahead and share that. But it's either this charade or President Trump is saying, hey, they're altering this. They're making this seem, and really, it really wouldn't matter. It really wouldn't matter if they were altering, if Horowitz altered the IG report or Sessions altered it or watered it down. It wouldn't matter because there's already political momentum within Congress. So that wouldn't matter at all. It would just prolong the process. The nation cannot heal until Hillary Clinton gets indicted. People are focused on Trump, and they're focused on... I can go on forever about why President Trump's going to win again easily in 2020 and why Republicans... I'm already on RT... so I'm on television saying Democrats are not going to win the House back, and they're certainly not going to win the Senate. There's a reason why the Democratic Party will not win again. One of the reasons is that Hillary Clinton has not yet been indicted. If you think that's hyperbole or extreme, you have a situation where not only do you have a party that cheated Bernie Sanders, where even his most ardent supporters, his most loyal supporters now have almost all forgotten about that. And that alone is unhealthy for any political movement. But you have a situation where there are grandiose, overt, blatant crimes still taking place. The Clinton Foundation is still raising money. You have also not only the Clinton email investigation where Comey, Strzok, Page, all of them, Clapper, Brennan, overlooked top secret intelligence and special access program intelligence flowing into, being transferred into a once unencrypted server, which is not only illegal, it destroys and rips up the Espionage Act. And it was all intentional to hide the 33,000 deleted emails that had to do with the Clinton Foundation. So I go ahead and put her top secret emails and put her deleted emails below on Amazon. By the way, next week, during the week, I'm hoping to get book 5 out on Amazon. But you have a situation where there's so much corruption. It's far more than the personality obsession on the Democratic side of the divide. Democrats are focused only on Trump's personality. They can't even... I get people on Twitter, well, you know what? Kim Jong-un was already willing to make peace with Moon Jae-in, and North and South Korea were already willing to make peace. Yeah, well, then how come it didn't happen under Obama? Well, it had nothing to do with Trump. It's like there's the cognitive dissonance is too much. They hate Trump too much for nothing. I should say not for nothing, but I should say primarily because of his personality. The same things that were taking place under Obama are taking place under Trump. In fact, well, actually, in many ways, the economy is better. The economy is better for African Americans and Latinos. So you're actually going to see more African Americans, more Latinos vote for Trump in 2020. That's what I believe. Anyway, that's a whole other story. Let's listen to Judge Napolitano. This is interesting because he actually has some really, really cool things to say about Trump warning. So, I guess getting back, the worst case scenario, like I've always stated, is that it's this, it's this diplomatic, civil, kind of bureaucratic IG report where it's, this happened, that happened, and everybody can say, hey, wait, that's illegal. That breaks protocol. That's an obvious cover-up. That's an obvious fabrication of Trump-Russia. That's an obvious cover-up of the Clinton email investigation. That's the worst thing that takes place. The best thing is, obviously, McCabe is criminally indicted, all of these things. And then eventually, it's used as a stepping stone to indict Clinton. But here's Judge Napolitano.
The president has just, in the last couple of minutes, tweeted this out. What is taking so long with the Inspector General's report on crooked Hillary and slippery James Comey? Numerous delays. Hope report is not being changed and made weaker. There are so many horrible things to tell. The public has the right to know.
Well, he has a legitimate gripe there because we all expected that report to be out by now. We thought the Inspector General was going to testify about it tomorrow on Capitol Hill. If he is, it would have to come out today. Now, there are reports and there are reports, just like there are pardons and there are pardons. Right. This particular type of report, if you're going to be quoted and if they go to you and present the quote and make sure it's what you said, that's a little time-consuming. I think the president's fears that it's being watered down are legitimate fears. And if it appears to be watered down, I want to see the version before it was watered down.
And a word is DOJ is doing it. They're the ones who are not letting it go. The DOJ that the president put together.
The people that are supposed to work for the president.
His administration.
Yes.
All right.
Judge, I don't know how you sleep at night.
Only in America.
These days,
Right.
It's like having a law class. All these hypotheticals.
Yep, all the
Good to
best.
see.
All right, so the DOJ, but see, here's the thing. The DOJ under Sessions might be watering it down, but they're not. No matter what, I'm going on and on, but the point is, no matter what, the Inspector General report will shine a light on all of this madness. The link to the actual Inspector General report is below in the description section, right under Judge Napolitano. Trump has legitimate fears that IG report on Clinton email probe is being watered down. So again, this could be Trump simply creating a narrative or theme. He's been in Hollywood. He's a reality show star. He knows how to use people's emotions or create a storyline. It would be very difficult for me to believe that, although I think that he's frustrated, obviously frustrated that Sessions recused himself, that he is just conveying his emotions for everyone to see, completely unfiltered, without any strategic goal. It would be illogical and irrational for that to take place, especially when you're talking about a man who already won the presidency. People aren't even giving him credit for the Korean summit, for North and South Korea hopefully achieving peace. There's really nothing he can do because of the way that the media looks at him. And granted, his personality is not for everybody. But it's very, very difficult for me to believe that he's not creating this to convey some type of added interest in the Inspector General report. Oh, let's pay attention to this. Is it really watered down? Let's always have this in the back of our minds. I'm just going to go ahead and leave you with this. So that's what he went ahead and wrote today. What is taking so long with the Inspector General's report on crooked Hillary and slippery James Comey? Numerous delays. Hope report is not being changed and made weaker. There are so many horrible things to tell. The public has a right to know. Let's just go ahead and let me just read you really quickly. James Comey, July 5th, 2016. Statement by James Comey. For example, this is when he exonerated Hillary Clinton. This is the statement, the actual FBI press release. Part of this, and actually his words, for example, 7 email chains concerning matters that were classified at the top secret Special Access Program intelligence when they were sent and received. These chains involve Secretary Clinton both sending emails about those matters and receiving emails from others about the same matters. There is evidence to support a conclusion that any reasonable person in Secretary Clinton's position or in the position of those government employees with whom she was corresponding about these matters should have known that an unclassified system was no place for that conversation. So he already states, one thing Comey did, which was very sneaky, and almost, definitely not honorable, but almost a kind of, he almost felt guilty when, maybe not guilty, but he wanted to document in terms of history the fact that she did have special access program intelligence. So, for example, 7 email chains concern matters that were classified at the top secret special access program level when they were sent and received. before is I never had any classified emails, nothing ever marked classified. That's all irrelevant. If it was top secret and special access program intelligence when they were sent and received, she was already briefed on how to handle classified emails as an incoming Secretary of State. So the fact that Comey went ahead and wrote that as part of his overall long, she did it, and here are the crimes, but she didn't mean to do it, speech. So there are also other classified. Our investigate. Okay, so 110 emails and 52 email chains have been determined by the owning agency to contain classified information at the time they were sent or received. So she had 110 email chains. Eight of those chains contained information that was top secret at the time they were sent. So this is really, really important. This is really, really, really important. And it's important because this is what the Inspector General, the biggest part of what the Inspector General report is going to discuss. How did Clinton get away with this? And why did Comey allow her to get away with it? So it's not just the fact that she got away with this. It's the issue of how she was able to do so. If Comey explains or documents that 110 email chains, 110 emails and 52 email chains were classified the moment they were written, sent, and received. So before even Clinton before those emails even entering Clinton's BlackBerry, which, by the way, was unencrypted for almost 6 months initially, they were classified. 110 emails in 52 email chains have been determined by the owning agency to contain classified information at the time they were sent or received. For example, 7 email chains concern matters that were classified at the top secret special access program level when they were sent and received. If you just had one classified email, it doesn't have to be top secret or special access program, outside the U.S. government on a laptop, and you were anyone in the Department of Justice, you would be in big, serious trouble and very likely go to prison. What she did was beyond, it was like, it's unimaginable. So all of this, you're not going to, this is the biggest security breach. There hasn't been a spy scandal, whether it's Aldrich Ames or Robert Hansen or any of the spies. Let's just look at the 80s. In the 80s, there were a whole bunch of spy okay. All of these, okay, 80s. Or traitors, 80s. Why am I even doing this? Robert Hansen, Aldrich Ames, but there's others. All right, so there are others that I can go, and you can go down the list of people who were traitors to the United States of America, and they didn't. The amount of intelligence that they gave is nothing compared to Clinton, because they had full access to the Secretary of State's, all of her confidential correspondence. There hasn't been a traitor in U.S. history. Navy traitor. Okay, so John Anthony Walker, for example. Okay, let's just see there. Okay, so John Anthony Walker told the Russians where all the U.S. subs were during the Cold War. Okay, that's really bad. But guess what Hillary Clinton had? She had the names of CIA agents. She also had information on drone strikes. She had all the information a Secretary of State would be privy to for 4 years. That's including Special Access Program intelligence, which is, information about nuclear capabilities, subs, all of that. Special Access Program intelligence could be anything from submarines to any other type of super highly sensitive, beyond top secret information. Okay. I mean, you can go on forever. I mean, you can go on here. So these are different. So give me your thoughts below. James Nicholson sold the intelligence team roster to Moscow. James Hall III sold top secret signal programs. Signals intelligence was also within Hillary Clinton's emails. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Is the IG report watered down? We'll find out. Doesn't matter if it is. Also, definitely, it doesn't matter if it is, because at the end of the day, you have the political will. You have the political will to go ahead and utilize that as a springboard. So whereas before Sessions was like, let's just see. Now, if there's no if the IG report is not okay, McCabe's indicted, all these things take place, you have enough reason to get even more Republicans. There were 19, soon there'll be 40, 50, 60 who want a special counsel. Once there's 40 or 50 Republicans or 60 Republicans who want a special counsel, Sessions has no choice but to give a special counsel. Give me your thoughts below. Definitely check out Glock 17 review. It's just awesome. That's my favorite 9mm thus far that I've shot. HA Second Amendment, that'll be below in the pinned comment. Thank you so much for listening.